In a short while from now, the National Investigation Agency will produce the 7 Hurriyat terrorists before an NIA court in the capital. India today has been able to exclusively secure case-by-case details of the NIA evidence against these villains of the valley. Our executive editor Meetu Jain and Kamaljit Sandhu file this exclusive story.
बरानी साहब किसके टच में पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तानी की जमात इस्लामी वहाँ है और फिर एजेंसियाँ भी हैं आप सही से कोई टच में हैं इनमें से थोड़े के साथ थोड़ा सा कहाँ है थोड़ा सा उनके साथ थोड़ा सा
May 16th, 2017, India Today exposed these Hurriyat leaders, Bitta Karate and Naeem Khan, openly confessing, admitting on our cameras, boasting of Hurriyat's Pakistan-linked terror. These men admitting openly that they received funds from Pakistan to fuel unrest in the valley. As India Today foils their terror ploy, the NIA has cracked down. Aaj Tak, Altaf Fantoosh, Peer Saifullah, Mehraj Kalwal, Shahidul Islam, Bitta Karate and Naeem Khan are now arrested. And now we show you who these men are and how they chalk out Gilani's terror network. Aaj Tak, Altaf Fantoosh, Peer Saifullah and Mehraj Kalwal are closest to Gilani, while Shahidul Islam is Mirwaiz's man. But what are their exact roles in Gilani's terror network? Bitta Karate, Shahidul Islam, known to mutilate bodies of suspected police informers. Altaf Fantoosh handles monetary transactions with Pakistan. Mehraj Kalwal is behind hoisting Pakistan or ISIS flags in the valley. Peer Saifullah runs Gilani's office, gives and takes orders from Pak agencies. Now, while all these men have massive houses and apple orchards in the valley, take a look at this man, Altaf Fantoosh, Saeed Ali Shah Gilani's son-in-law. India Today has accessed these documents, which show the sheer amount of money that has crossed hands from across the border that allows him to own this vast wealth. A 4,000 square feet, 3-storied house in Srinagar, a 2,000 square feet house in Jammu. Fantoosh and his brother Fayaz Ahmed Shah are also joint owners of Fantoosh Hosiery Shop, a 2-storied showroom in Srinagar.
Whose side are the Hurriyat leaders really on? Are they using the violence in the valley to feather their nests, as documents accessed by India Today seem to suggest, or is fomenting trouble their real purpose?
As the NIA probes these separatists, the Hurriyat's game is exposed. Their dirty financial trail too is out.
While the expose seems to be having its desired effect, quelling the violence in the valley is still going to be an uphill task. In Srinagar, with cameraman Ajay Sinha, this is Meetu Jain for India Today.
Let's now listen to what Alok Mittal, Inspector General of the National Investigation, told my colleague Kamaljit Sandhu on this big India Today impact story. Remember, since the time India Today broke this expose, the Hurriyat truth tapes 250 officers of the NIA. The Director General, multiple IGs, SPs, officials on the ground have been working night and day to put this probe together. This is NIA IG Alok Mittal speaking exclusively to India Today.
First expose which is causing an arrest in the case, 7 separatists as well as businessmen arrested. We have with us Alok Mittal, IG NIA. So this is a big shot in the arm even for the investigating agency. Do tell us, one, who all have been arrested, under what sections, and what are the repercussions of this particular arrest?
We have made 7 arrests today. 6 persons have been arrested in Srinagar, 1 in Delhi. And this is these arrests have been made with respect to the case of J&K terror funding, which we had registered on 30th of May this year. And now these 6 persons who have been arrested in Srinagar, they would be brought to Delhi. All 7 accused persons would be produced in the special NIA court tomorrow in Delhi. and we would be seeking their police remand for their custodial interrogation.
So how important was the sting operation? Remember, the wheels of justice started moving only after the sting operation went on over. You also demanded a CD from our organization. How much of a help, and the entire PE, the preliminary inquiry itself was based on the India Today sting. So how much would you actually credit the channel for bringing to fore certain facts?
We had been collecting information on these terror activities which were being funded from across the border, as well as the money was being brought in. So we had been collecting intelligence on that, plus this sting operation. So whatever information was collected, we had registered a PE, which was soon converted into a regular case, and then wide-ranging searches were conducted at Srinagar, Jammu, 2 places in Haryana and in Delhi, and based on the examination of various persons which we have done and the incriminating material we recovered during the searches, these arrests have been made today.
So obviously there are enough physical as well as technical evidence now available with the NIA. Do tell us, why is it that big leaders including Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Yasin Malik, Mirwais Umar Farooq, these people continue to be at large? Is there a certain role which is being involved? Because remember, Hafiz Saeed, Saeed Salahuddin, terror organizations have also been named. And have we been able to establish a link of terror funding in the case?
We must remember that investigation is going on. It is in active, the case is under active investigation, and other concerned persons would be called at appropriate time.
There were not raids conducted in any of the leaders' house. Do we expect that this chain of events will eventually take place?
I can only say at this stage that appropriate action is being taken, and details of any operation, I mean, it is not possible to divulge.
2 of the people that India Today had stung, which includes Bitta Karate and Naeem Khan, have been arrested. Do tell us about Javed Ghazi Baba. He's a man who continues to be still free. Why is the case not booked? Is there not enough evidence? Why? What do we know of that?
The arrests which have been made have been made on the basis of evidence which has come on record, and as the case progresses and as we collect more evidence, we may arrest more people.
Arrest more people. And one final question before I let you go. Do tell us, do you expect a law and order issue? Is there an issue that these people, is there going to be a confrontation once they've been brought here? What is going to be the next course of event?
Now they would be the persons who have been arrested. They would be subjected to detailed examination, custodial interrogation. We would be confronting them with various facts which we have collected in our investigation, and I mean, based on whatever information we elicit from them, we will take the investigation forward.
So it's been almost like finding a needle in the haystack, but the NIA has been able to do that. They've been able to gather evidence, and more than that, they've been managed to make an arrest, and now the big fish will be in the net soon. With camera person Ritesh, this is Kamaljit Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
The key thing there, the operative part, the big fish will be in the net next. I want to go across live and exclusive to right outside the NIA headquarters in the capital. Kamaljit Sandhu is trying to accost the NIA DG Sharad Kumar as he comes into work this morning. Kamaljit.
Well, absolutely. We spoke to Sharad Kumar, the DG NIA. Sir, do you also feel that it is time that you will be summoning the big fish, Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwais?
Let us see at an appropriate time. We will tell you.
Sir, do tell us, sir, is there enough proof against them and the stone pelters? Is there a direct link?
Let us see. That's why we have arrested them.
Sir, do you also feel that it is time that you will be summoning the big fish, Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwais?
Let us see at an appropriate time. We will tell you.
Sir, do tell us, sir, is there enough proof against them and the stone pelters? Is there a direct link?
Let us see. That's why we have arrested them.
Sir, do you also feel that it is time that you will be summoning the big fish, Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwais?
Let us see at an appropriate time. We will tell you.
Sir, do tell us, sir, is there enough proof against them and the stone pelters? Is there a direct link?
Let us see.
Okay, Kamaljit Sandhu is now joining us. She's outside the NIA headquarters. We just saw her very brief interaction with the NIA DG. He's leading this probe himself on a daily basis, monitoring the investigation. Kamaljit, what are you picking up from your sources in the NIA, what's their strategy in court likely to be? They're seeking police remand. How many days do they need? What do they hope to ask when they've got these terrorists in their remand?
Rahul, you just saw, we spoke to DG NIA Sharat Kumar. Categorically, he says he has enough evidence. That evidence today will be produced before the court, some of it, and obviously they plan to take a 14-day custody, and then they will be grilled and interrogated in custody. And remember, they already have evidence of a WhatsApp group of phone calls being made about cross-LOC trade, under-invoicing being done, multiple set of evidence, physical, technical, and that is how these Hurriyat leaders are now in the net. The next big step of the NIA is obviously to get the big fish. We also asked him about whether summons will be sent to Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq and Yasin Malik. He said yes, that will be also done shortly. So categorically, if you have a look, there is a substantial case in place. Remember, once that sting operation went on air, it's been 68 days since then. Then there was a PE that inquiry got converted into FIR very quickly on the 30th May 2017, and since then for 2 months, day in and out, the NIA has completely focused on this particular case, gathering evidence. They spread out their various teams, and we saw 26 raids being conducted in various locations in Srinagar, in Jammu, Sonipat, Gurgaon, Delhi, and yes, finally those 7 arrests have been made. This is very crucial. One person who's really been missed out is Javed Ghazi Baba, the man India Today had stung. The rest of the 2 have been taken into custody. But what is more important, Rahul, is they say there will be some evidence shortly. But more than that, they are going to be expanding their investigation. They've already looked into cases of stone pelters, 13 charge sheets being looked into. They're already questioning some of the terror accused in Jammu and Kashmir. That is a big step forward. They will now corroborate on ground with those people, interrogating them, questioning them, asking about how their links are with separatists. Now we've seen Jammu Kashmir police in its own crackdown had crackdown on several WhatsApp groups, at least 300 of them who were fueling unrest. So yes, that expansion will take place. The cross-LOC trade is already under the NIA scanner. More
likely to be expanded. Ashutosh, what's happening in Srinagar? How much of an impact has this Hurriyat Bandh had? Are people responding, or they don't? There are plenty of vehicles right behind where you are. People don't seem to care very much for this Hurriyat Bandh.
Well, Rahul, before I respond to your question, let me tell our viewers breaking at this moment that what I'm hearing from the sources in the separatist group, that the big fish in the separatists are planning to call a meeting to chalk out strategy to counter the NIA crackdown against 7 separatists who are arrested after India Today expose. Now, as far as the impact is concerned in Srinagar, that is very much visible, in these footage. Let me show you these live visuals. At Dal Gate in Srinagar, the people have defied the shutdown call by the separatists. However, there is a partial impact in few areas, be it downtown or Dal Gate, few shops are closed. But the people openly, be it the commercial private vehicles, number of these vehicles flying on this main area. This shows that how local Awam of Kashmir have defied the shutdown call by the separatists. Now there is an impact on the separatist part because they fear to lose the perception, because now their real face, indulging into cross-LOC trade, taking fund from an enemy nation who's waging a war against the country, now burning down schools here. And remember, these separatists who were caught on camera admitted that yes, Gilani is taking his part, his share from the Pakistan. So that is the the biggest evidence on camera confession that may, help NIA to summon Gilani as well. So as far as impact is concerned, the impact is very partial in Srinagar. People openly defying shutdown call by separatists.
Okay,
Rahul?
Stay with me. I want to show our viewers what R.K. Singh, former Home Secretary, current MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party, somebody who's looked at India's internal security architecture, he's speaking now to India Today about this big India Today impact on the Hurriyat truth tapes.
We have with us senior BJP leader R.K. Singh. Sir, you have seen the sting operation of Aaj Tak and India Today, which clearly revealed how these people were dealing with Pakistan and getting funds for terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. Now 7 of them have been arrested. What do you say?
One, I would congratulate your channel. I mean, it was a very constructive action taken by you and in the national interest. And this facilitated the investigations, and this will also serve as vital evidence against these people who are in receipt of payoffs from Pakistan, from the ISI. And this will, I think, is the single most effective step in the direction of stopping terrorism, in the direction of stopping anti-national activities in the valley. The money for these anti-national activities in the valley was coming from across the border, was being sent by ISI, and these people were the conduits. And so these conduits, they have gone behind bars. What is required is that there should be speedy trial in the special NIA courts. I would also recommend that the trial be outside the valley. It should be in Jammu or even outside the valley, outside Jammu and Kashmir. And when they are convicted, after conviction, they should serve their sentences also outside the valley. That will have a salutary impact. Some people need to be investigated. And Syed Gilani, Syed Ali Shah Gilani, and Mirwais, they need to be investigated because they are also in receipt of funds from the ISI. You have a look at their lifestyle. It is very lavish, and they do not have any ostensible means of income. How they support that lavish lifestyle is not known. The only way they are supporting it is by money from Pakistan, which they get through Hawala channels, and sometimes even through the Pakistan High Commission. Therefore, they need to be investigated and prosecuted, these people. And I think we need to stop the cross-border the cross-border trade. The cross-border barter trade. It's serving as a channel for Hawala transfers by the ISI to anti-national elements this side. And I think it needs to be stopped at once. The normal trade channels are sufficient for any trade which is required.
So there was always suspicion that these Hurriyat leaders are involved in terror funding, but for the first time this is India established.
By your saying, but that suspicion was always there. The evidence was wanting. We had arrested a number of couriers. We had arrested a number of couriers, but tying it back to these people who were the actual principals, who received the money from the ISI or who carried out the activities on behalf of the ISI.
Sir, you have also been former Home Secretary. Do you think that the sting tapes will prove to be solid evidence?
Absolutely. I believe that these tapes will be admissible. They can carry out any forensic tests they want on the tapes, but they'll be found to be genuine. So these tapes, I believe, will be admissible evidence. And I think these tapes are clinching evidence of the anti-national activities of these people and of the terror funding being carried out by these people.
That's senior BJP leader R.K. Singh speaking on the Hurriyat truth tapes. Let's now go across to our legal correspondent Anusha Soni. She's joining us on this broadcast. You're seeing on the side of your screen images of cavalcades leaving. Remember, Ramnath Kovind is about to be sworn in as India's 14th president. Will be shifting attention to that big swearing in just a moment from now. Anusha, what will happen in court today? How strong do you believe the NIA's evidence is, and what is it that the NIA will be asking the judge for?
So, Rahul, all these people are likely to be produced at 11 a.m. That's what we've been hearing. But as the security staff and the personnel tell here, it might be delayed by an hour. That's what we're expecting. Around 12 o'clock, we're expecting now these people to come in. The court room has not been yet decided which court they'll be produced at. That would be decided in a short while from now. As far as the evidence is concerned, we just heard the NIA, top officers talking about how they have a, multitude of evidence available with them. But looking at it critically and objectively, as we've been repeatedly pointing out, there needs to be a financial trail, a causal link, and also the Hawala transaction receipts that they've been talking repeatedly about. That is really debatable as to how much that can be as an evidence in a court of law. And public perception and court of law can be two different ball games altogether. Also, we must also keep in perspective that this is going to be a long, drawn, tedious legal battle. Yes, they are going to be produced in the court today. Yes, they'll be given a custody for interrogation. A judicial custody might follow after that. But this case, to be proved, and as the history and the judicial precedents tell us, will take a while to be sorted. Whether you take it, the Parliament attack case or the 1993 bomb blast case, unless this case is fast-tracked by the court, by the judiciary, or NIA moves in a plea, this is going to be a long, tedious battle. And as far as evidence is concerned, let's look at what NIA really has to put forward in a court of law.
Interesting. That's an important point you make, Anusha, that there has to be a fast tracking of this case. If this goes at the usual snail pace that the Indian judicial process moves in, we could have to wait for 20-25 years. And there's no way that justice will be done before that. But the NIA has shown immense urgency. 68 days is all it took for these 7 terrorists to be arrested. That's the time between India Today breaking that story the first time and the NIA moving in to arrest them. Let's hope from here on too, once the ball is in the judicial court, the judges and the NIA show the same kind of urgency. We're slipping into a quick break. Ramnath Kovind is currently getting set to take over as the new President of India. In a while from now, President Pranab Mukherjee will make his one last journey as he demits office and the new man takes over. We'll bring you all the latest on the taking over of the first RSS man to occupy Rashtrapati Bhavan. Our coverage continues when we come back on the other side of a quick break. Stay with us.